Okay, class, we are ready to move on to the surface area of square pyramids. This is chapter 9.5a. The lateral area for a square pyramid is based on the fact that a square pyramid has four triangular lateral faces. Now, if you recall, the area of a triangle is 1/2 BH. So, we are going to take, I'm right here in the lesson, so we are going to take 4 times the area of the triangle, 1/2 base of the triangle, times the h. Now notice that this is a cursive h, it's a slanted h, and that will mean that it's the height of the triangular surface. It will be slanted on diagrams, and that's something that you're going to find our book does a lot of, and my notes do it too, is that when they're talking about a slant height, they will use a cursive h, because of course to make that h you have a slant in your first part, your first loop of the h. If they use a printed h, that is a perpendicular height, and that is going to be used. So you do have to pay attention to the cursive h and the printed h, and I would encourage you to learn to make that cursive h. If you'll note on the diagram, they will show you the right angle down here, but again, they're going to show you that slanted h as the slanted height. Now we're still going to be using the square pyramid or the rectangular pyramid. Well, it's actually going to be a square pyramid, so our length and our width are always going to be the same. They don't usually use the side squared. Let's move on to show you an example in example A. Now the surface area here is going to be the 2 times the base of the triangle times the slanted height. Now remember, that's your lateral area, plus there's only one base this time, so it's base times height, and I usually use them interchangeably. You can also use length times width, although for a square it is going to be the same, so I suppose you really could use side squared. Our book just doesn't choose to do it. Our book chooses to use BH again, just like we did for area of a square. So if we're going to be working with this formula, I'm going to shoot this up a little bit. I'm going to write the formula down again. 2 times the base of the triangle times the slanted height, or the height of the triangle, plus the base of the rectangle times the height of the rectangle. Now if you want to make a little r there for rectangle, although it's really a square, that's okay. So our surface area is going to be 2. Now the base of the triangle is also going to be this number. This is also going to be b sub 2. So it's going to serve 2 purposes. It's going to be the base of the triangle. It's also going to be the base for to find the area of the base square. So we're going to be putting in 12. And then our slanted height up here, note that they've done this, is going to be 16. Now we need to find the area of the base, and that's going to be 12 times 12. When we do the math, we are going to get 384 plus 12 times 12 is 144. So our surface area is going to be 528, in this case, centimeters squared. Now if they're asking you for the lateral area, that's going to be 2, the base of the triangle, times the slanted height. And remember, that's on the triangle. And we can of course take that from our left add end right down here, and we're going to get 384 centimeters squared. Here's example B. Why don't you hit pause and you see if you can do the problem. I'll show you how to do it when you're done. Okay, let's go for this. Our surface area is going to be 2 times the base of the triangle times that slanted height, plus the area of the base, which is going to be b times h. So our surface area here is going to be 2, the base of the triangle. Here's b sub 2. is going to be 42. Here is our slanted height, so that's going to be 57. And then since this is a square, I will take 42 times 42. Our surface area is going to be 4,788 plus 42 squared is 1,764. So our surface area, when we add those two together, is 6,552 meters squared. And I'm really not going to go through lateral area. If you did, that's great. You should have had lateral area equals 2b sub t slanted h, and then lateral area equals 4,788 meters squared. All right, we are going to put some ideas together here. We are going to find the lateral area of just the roof. So no, we're not going to go back and find the lateral. We're not going to go back and find the lateral area, surface area of a rectangular prism, although you should be reviewing that from time to time. We're really just working on the lateral area of the roof. Lateral area equals 2 times the base of the triangle and then times that slanted height. All right, so what's the base of the triangle? 6 feet, because this is going to be 6, just like this piece down here. The slanted height is right up here, 3.5. Now, you really shouldn't need a calculator for this, because 2 times 3.5 is 7, and 7 times 6 is 42. And in this case, remember, we are finding area, so it's 42 feet squared. And that concludes the lesson on finding surface area of rectangular pyramids. Please respond with snare.